Hey guys, Biscuit here. I already know you guys are here to see me counter some Geos, so timestamps in the description. With that out of the way, let's get into this. So I'm up against You Can Eat My Booty. He has some pretty good teams, not gonna lie. The big powerhouse is Padme, but as you guys already know, he's got Geos, and he set him on defense. Besides that, he's got some Gear 7 stuff, so I did use this to my advantage. And in terms of ships, he has the Geo ships, he has Galactic Republic, and that's about it. For defenses, I went heavier than usual. I got this advice from Calvin Awesome in the Gambit Discord server, and basically he advised that I set my First Order and my Bounty Hunters on defense, so they could maybe get a hold, or at the very least they'd steal banners. So that's what I did. I set a Trash Bastila Jedi team up top, and for fleets I set my garbage fleet just because I need to get the full clear here so I can go for Kyber. On defense, he sent me a pretty bad Nightsister team, and he sent me Geos. For Geos, I'm going to be using my Empire counter, and this counter, the way it works, you need two Zetas. You need Vader Zeta, and you need Emperor Palpatine's leadership. Basically, Emperor's Palpatine leadership, the Zeta makes it so that whenever you debuff expires, you gain 5% turn meter. And combined with Vader, so when he throws Calling Blade, that counts as debuffs expiring. So you end up with like 100% turn meter before the Geos even get to go. And you don't need good gear for this. I'm using gear 8 against like gear 10, gear 11 Geos. And the only person who actually needs good gear is Vader. So my Vader in this is almost gear 12. He's missing one piece. And he does have pretty decent mods. So we're going to look at that right now. Basically, I've got him at 190 speed with a crit damage set. I've got a potency square thing. And I've got some decent crit chance. Now we're ready to jump into this. And another thing you have to know, Vader has to go before the Geos go. Right here, we're going to put Fracture onto Geo Brute. That way he doesn't get his taunt back up. We're going to call Force Crush first. Now we're going to throw the Calling Blade at Geo Soldier. This fed us 20% turn meter because he had 4 debuffs on him. And right now we're just going to town. I go for the kill on Sunfuck, but it doesn't land. And right now we have full turn meter, and they're at like 50%-ish. And Tarkin, his second special though takes away turn meter. So right now we're just trying to cycle back to Vader so he can get into Merciless and so he can do his Calling Blade action. You also don't need TIE Fighter Pilot here unless they have really high tenacity on either Poggle or Geo Brute. Because TIE Fighter Pilot, he doesn't do that much damage, especially at Gear 8, and the only thing he's really useful for is inflicting tenacity down. And so I brought him because I saw my opponent had him at, it would have been like around 110% with the unique, so I figured I might as well go for the tenacity down. It'll probably help. Here I do the turn meter swap with Palpatine because I wanted to get full protection banners, so I'm thinking about this like ahead of time, so we're not like with like one Geo left and it's like, oh shit, gotta get protection back. Here I put the Fracture on Sunfuck because he can counterattack and steal protection banners. Now, had we not killed Geo Brute Alpha, we still would have been fine because he had a gajillion debuffs and he wouldn't have had the turn meter. So even if we didn't get lucky with his basic. In the back he set me a really bad Old Republic team, so this is where my Jango comes in. And also keep in mind he has Han, so Han shoots first, gets the stun on Jango, and then these guys just go to town because of that. And I was getting a bit worried here because he had blind, so he missed his first shot there, and now they're getting stacked up. But when Jango kills someone, he gets 100% protection back, so he is able to just keep getting protection back whenever he. Now these guys can't kill him anymore. And this also means because he didn't take any health damage, whenever Jango gets the final kill, he's right here, he's going to come out with 64 banners, which is absolutely ridiculous. And for this last team, we've got Nightsisters. So I wanted to underman this one as well, but I only had Phoenix, so I took Kanan out. Whenever you take Kanan out, all that happens is you can't counterattack, which you don't really need it. Everyone else is kind of needed because Etra does big damage. You need Hera for the lead, and Zeb and Chopper get you health and protection back. For right now, all we need to do is we need to take out Old Daka, so she can't revive people. Then we're going to take out Talzin because the Plague is really annoying to deal with, and it's going to stop us from getting full health banners. Also, because Zombie isn't gear 10, she doesn't have the ability where if you kill a Nightsisters, she actually dies in their place. So this is gonna be this is pretty easy. Now I can take out Talzin, and the team's basically done. Now we're just going like in order of biggest damage because Spirit does some damage, and then we're gonna kill Asajj and leave Zombie for last. That way we can get our protection banners. Alright, we just need Zombie now. That's 61 banners. So for fleets, he sent me his garbage Empire fleet. So I decided to underman this as well. And I basically brought my regular arena fleet, like the starting 3, and then I also brought Slave 1 just in case. And you're going to see pretty quickly that we didn't need Slave 1. So we're just going to go for the Stun Invader. We don't want to be taking a lot of damage here just so we can keep some banners. But that's really hard against Executrix just because that AoE you just saw, that does damage even if it's not a lot. So I could bring Slave 1 in, but I decided not to just because the Imperial TIE Bomber, he could get a turn and do his AoE, which would cause me to lose banners, and I don't really need it right now. So we're just going to focus down the TIE Bomber so he doesn't get that AoE off. And we can go for the big hit with Kylo here. And it comes up to 63 banners, which I'm happy with. Especially in ships, like, it's hard to keep any banners. So there we go. I ended up averaging 62 banners. And this is pretty important because my opponent, you shouldn't set like crappy defenses like this because you're gonna struggle to make up all those banners, especially against quality teams like Bounty Hunters and First Order. So he ended up failing there. Well, not failing, he full cleared, but I won on efficiency. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. I'm Biscuit, and I'm out.